Right then, improvising. Now, the most important thing about improvising to start off with is that you learn the scales. There are 5 basic scales. I mean, we're talking about sort of a grade 1 to grade 5 sort of scale. Oh, I'll miss that grade 1 because that's like single octave. The 2 octave scales in grade 2, grade 3 and grade 4 are the ones that we're going to talk about. Now, 5 different sorts of them. There's 2 different sorts of major, 2 different sorts of minor, and then the blues scale. The 2 major ones obviously are the pentatonic major and the normal major, which is like the modal major, the one, you know, that one. And then of course the pentatonic major. And then there's 2 minors, the natural minor and the pentatonic minor. The natural minor being so forth, the pentatonic minor. And then the blues scale. Have to learn them. I can't emphasise that too much, because if you're trying to improvise something, the last thing you want to be doing is you want to be thinking about the music that you're listening to rather than thinking about where the notes are. So if you don't learn the scales, you're not going to be able to free your mind up to be able to just play along with what you want. Okay, so let's say for example we're in the pentatonic minor, we're doing something in A. Like that to play along to the song. So what I normally suggest is that rather than looking at the scale as the whole thing, you know, the whole however many notes that is, you'd break it into 3 sections, which is the bass, middle and treble section. Now the treble section is the high strings, the middle obviously the middle 2, and the bass is the top. So but just take them in turn. Take the middle 2 for example to start with. So you've got a little square of notes. If you look at that scale, the ones played on the middle 2 strings, there's a square. Now the easiest way to improvise is to simply just say, okay, we'll have a quarter beat in each one, or crotchet or whatever. So you've got like a 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just so it would be. Obviously you can change that beat from a quarter beat to 8s or semi-quavers, quavers, 16ths, you know, so. A bit boring at the minute, we'll get there. If you add to that, you cross it over maybe, so you can go from 1, 2, 3, 4, you go to 1, 4, 2, 3, so add the beats to it. And then, once you've got used to that idea, where you can change what you're talking about, the basic melody and the basic rhythm of it, you can then look at doing these special effects type stuff. So the special effects, well, what do you call them, special effects? So you've got your trills, which are ham-ons and pull-offs, you've got your bends, you've got your vibrato, you've got your slides. So if I was to go to the end of this and do a bend, it would be, and then add a trill to that. And add a bit of vibrato at the end. And then add a slide. And then do it like, what's the other one? Slide, trill, bend, this is something. I can't remember, those 5 minutes. So if you do so straightforward, you end up sounding like. Do the same thing on the high 2 strings. Now bear in mind that if you're doing 2 octaves it goes from the A to the A, but of course you've got a C here and a C here, so you can go all the way to the A. So that would give you those 4 notes there. Do the same trick. Add on different bits so that you can do 2 notes at once. So it's a question like going from one step to the next step to the next step. And then if you're going to do, after you've done all those and you've learned your two octaves rather, then you look for the next position. So let's just quickly run through what these scales are. The home positions is the ones that start with the root note. Okay, so A, we've got one there, that one there. Now the ones that don't start on the root note are the next ones up. So the next shape that you might use for the A pentatonic is his relative major pentatonic. Remember from the other video saying find a relative major and a relative minor. Your minor's on your first finger and your major's on your little finger. So if that's a minor, your major is just there on the C. So pentatonic major. So what you got really, don't forget that the relative means that basically it's got the same stuff in it. So I mean, there's the same stuff in terms of notes in the A minor as there is in the C major. So you can play either. And then obviously the C major, that has its own shape. There you go. All good stuff in it. Alright, same with the natural minor as well. The A natural minor is the same notes as the C major, the full major. So you could go. So that's what you need for improvising anyway. The basic rules are learn the scales, find your shapes in your middle, high and low, which are, and then learn how to do your specialist techniques, your bends, your hammer-ons, your pulls, your trill, your vibrato, sorry, and your slides. Then once you've done that, you then start doing what they call the phrasing part of it, which quite frankly can be anything. It's got a book of some sort, any sort of thing. Right. Disco Inferno, whatever. Okay, Disco Inferno. You've got Disco Inferno, so you say that. Or Disco Inferno, or... There's a drummer that told me how to do this. He just basically comes up with any sort of saying and he beats out the beat. So look. So if it fits on that, that's fine. If you want something more complicated, you can make an entire conversation like, what do you think you're doing, dog? Hey? Here we go. What do you think you're doing, dog? Dog can answer you, it's none of your business. That sort of thing anyway. So really, there's four main things I suppose. Really learn the scales, separate them into sections, bass, middle and treble. Look at the specialist techniques individually, particularly the bends. We'll do a whole video on the bends. And then finally, what was the final one? Oh yeah, do the phrasing. So think of any sort of phrase, it could be anything, and that TV's too bright, there's a saying. So. And say it in the mood as well, so if you're like angry with it, TV's too bright, you know, so you go. So you've got another phrase there, so just keep going. See what it feels like. Anyway, good luck and I'll see you later.